Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in today to Christian Access. This show can be seen every Wednesday morning at 7 a.m., channel 36 if you're a Verizon subscriber, and channel 70 if you're a Cablevision subscriber. Today, I am really honored to have with us today Miss Keisha Mayo. How are you doing?
How are you? And thank you for having me, Elder Bethune.
Good. I am really happy to have you here on today's show. We got some things that we need to talk about, and we got some things that some people need to know what you got going on, sis.
Yes.
First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. I read some of your bio, and I want to make sure that I'm hitting most, like the accurate points. But tell us a little bit about yourself. You got quite a bit going on.
Yes, well, my name is Keisha Mayo, and I'm the first-time author of the book, Deceived, which is a true story, which is my testimony of what I went through. And it's an inspirational book to let people know that there's life after deception. God has blessed me to be in Barnes & Noble's 25 times. I just finished filming the DVD to the book as well. And I also have the stage play coming up.
Okay,
yes,
all right.
So.
Okay, so now let's start there. This is the book that's out right now, and as she just mentioned, you can find this at Barnes & Noble's. It's on sale right now. And she just got finished, there is the DVD, that she has, and now she's got a play coming out. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about this book, being that this is what you brought up, first of all. Okay, so how did this book come about?
Well, I wrote the book maybe about 12, 13 years ago, but never with the intentions on being an author. I went through it and I was too ashamed, too embarrassed to tell my story. So God had me write it, and I put it away, never to pick it up again. But it was therapy for me because I never shared my story.
Okay.
And I was close to, and still close to my mom, and was close to my grandmother, and I still didn't share with anybody. And a few years later, I was in a bad car accident, and God told me to pick the book up. And I was going back and forth. Why, God? I don't want to tell nobody this. I want them to continue to see the mask that I'm wearing, see Keisha with the nice clothes and the smile and always happy, but God wouldn't let me rest. So being that he didn't let me rest, I finally came to a point where I said, you know what, God, whatever you want, it's no longer about me, but it's about me reaching the people that you want me to reach. Those that are going through silently, feeling like their, life is not worth living, feeling like, they're not worth anything, why me, God? So God had me pick it up, just to reach out to those hurting people that's dealing with it alone.
Okay, so really this book is more of like a revelation of your life.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now you've taken this to the next level, right?
Yes.
Let's just say you've taken this to the third level, because now, here's the book, you just finished the DVD, now you're taking this to the stage.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
A lot of people came to me and said, you know what, Keisha, I don't really read, but I want to support you. But there's so many people that are hurting. And I said, you know what, I wanted to find other avenues to get my message across.
Yes.
God didn't have me go through this for nothing. So it's for somebody. So if they don't get it by reading, I want them to be able to visually see it. Because once you're transparent, that allows other people to open up and say, you know what, I'm going through this too. And you can be able to be the one to tell them, been there, done it. If I made it, you can too.
Yes.
So that's why, I was just looking for other avenues to say, you know what, my message will come across.
Okay.
God will get the glory for what I've been through and how he brought me out.
Amen. Now tell us a little bit about the transition now from the book, DVD, now into the stage off Broadway. What's that transition like, pretty much?
Well,
trying to get the people together,
yeah.
The scripting and different things, location.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's a lot of hard work, and I tell you, God is pulling stuff out of me that I've never thought I had inside of me. Never thought of being an author, never thought of being a playwright, never thought of filming a DVD, and with the play, God had me write that in a week's time. And I remember reaching out to somebody for help, and one of my friends said, you know what, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk to you for about 4 hours, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to write it. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to talk to you. And after our meeting, it was almost as if God just, he just inspired me. And I couldn't wait to get home and start writing. And I mean, I just kept writing. And every time I finished one scene, I would call her and call my mom and tell them and read it to them. And they're like, I thought you said you couldn't write a play. I said, I didn't know. I didn't know I could write a play. But God will, once he deposits something inside of you, he's already given you what you need. You may not think you have it, but God it's been inside of you all this time.
Amen.
So yeah, I mean, it's hard. You're looking for actors, and I kind of handpicked a lot of my cast. People that I've seen in plays. That I know can act. So it's a lot of hard work. Because you're looking for people that's faithful.
Yes.
And I find that today there's so many people are not really faithful. They with you one minute and they go on the next.
Yes.
But when God has His hands on something, He's gonna send the right people.
Amen.
So I thank Him for that.
Amen. Now, tell us a little bit about some of the characters. Don't give too much now, because we want y'all to come and see this now. Y'all got to see this. But give us a little inside, what you can on some of the characters in the play.
Well, of course, you have Nicole and Raymond, who's in the book, which, Nicole was deceived. You have the mom, you have the nurse. It's a lot of different characters, and I believe that people will be able to relate to a lot of the situations that's going on in the play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I want to dig just a little bit more deeper, Miss Mayo. Who is the most interesting character in this play?
Raymond.
What makes Raymond so interesting?
Raymond just has a lot going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like you said, I really don't want to give it away, because I would love for people to read the book, and then if they come and support the play, they can compare the two. But Raymond, he's the most interesting throughout the whole story.
Now, when is this production is going to kick off? When is it going to happen?
September 23rd at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And it's going to be up in Mount Vernon.
Okay.
At Allen Memorial. The address is 132 Crary Avenue.
Okay.
Mount Vernon, New York.
Mount Vernon, New York.
Yes.
Okay, that's when the production. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Great. We are going to look forward to that.
Yes.
We are really going to look forward to that. Now that we have that, take us into some of your other ventures. Let's can we talk a little bit about your fashion?
Sure.
How you got started with that?
Okay, well, Keywear Fashions. Fashions made from a string. I crochet clothes. My mom actually taught me how to crochet years ago. We both crocheted a blanket, and that was it. And as I got older, I started working for housing at the time, and it was a lady there, and she was crocheting, and I kept saying, wow, I remember, I made a blanket with my mom when I was younger. And I started to make a blanket, but I made it so big, I knew I would never finish it. So I started saying, what can I make with this? And I mean, that's when my creative ability started kicking in. Because I ended up making a baby bunting. And from there, I mean, it's just been unbelievable. I've been making dresses, ponchos, hats, you name it, I make it. And it's just God just give me the ideas. I can't even read from a pattern. Is I sit there and I just, make things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I've been to your website. Tell our viewers your website URL, I believe you would call it.
My website is www.keishamayo.com.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Now, when I went to your website, I saw a little bit of modeling. I saw some clothes and different things like that. You are really fabulous at what you do.
Thank you.
How many years have you been doing this?
Well, I've been crocheting about 10 years, maybe.
10 years?
Yes.
Okay, and your designs come out like from what I saw. Yes. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put in some pictures of what your designs actually look like.
Okay.
Because some of the things that I saw was really, really amazing.
Thank you.
Now, also, there's another thing, and I'm trying not to leave nothing out now. Trying not to leave nothing out.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about your CD project.
Well, I have a gospel single out called I Believe God. Grew up in the church, been singing a long time, and I'm actually working on a full CD now.
Oh,
You know, I
okay.
just have so much going on, plus a full-time job.
Yes,
It's a lot,
yes.
but God has given me the strength to do it. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm really trying to get my CD project off the ground.
Oh,
But they could go
okay.
to iTunes. It's on iTunes.
Okay.
And it has a medley on there.
Okay.
So yeah, so
All
I'm
right.
still
Now, is this your first CD, or have you done
yes,
some
my
more?
first single.
Oh, okay.
Right. And
All
I'm
right.
working on the full CD now. And I have, you know, I've written most of the songs between my mom and I.
Okay.
She's a writer as well.
Okay. Yes, yes. And I've
Yes.
heard some of your mother's material.
Yeah,
And I
she's
mean,
awesome.
you would not
Evangelist
believe.
Barbara Mayo, I gotta give it up. She's awesome.
Evangelist Barbara Mayo,
Yes.
y'all. Yes, yes. I had the pleasure of hearing some of her music as well. In fact, we did a show together where she, you know, talked about her CD. Well, actually, she has a couple of CD
Yes, yes,
projects out,
too.
but there was one in particular that we had a pleasure to discuss, and like her journey, you know, was really wonderful. So you've really come from a talented family. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You know, I'm so glad, I'm so happy, elated to have you on my show, because this lets people know that whatever gift that God has given you, you can actually take that and make something of it. You don't have to wait for somebody to come and bring something to you or give you something to be a success or even call you a success. God has given us the ability, all right, that knowledge to be able to come along and create something. You know, I heard a preacher say one time that God didn't give us airplanes. God gave us metal and said, here, make something. Right?
Gave us the knowledge.
Gave us the knowledge. Gave us the knowledge. And you know, this is also what happens when you network with other people. You know, like never, you know, like mother, father, sister, brother, they always going to encourage you, you know, but like sometimes discouragement can come because of jealousy and different things like that.
Yes.
But that's why we network to, you know, with one another and together to reach out to other people.
Right.
And you know what I find so amazing? And I think we had mentioned it early on when we were having a conversation, is that the ones that will support you are people you don't even know.
You are
My sister.
You're so right about that.
You don't even know.
Right. And I wanted to say something about when you mentioned about, you know, not waiting on people to help you. I remember a time where I was sending books to Tyler Perry. I done sent about 3 books to Tyler
Whoa.
Perry. And they came back. I guess it was the wrong address. I don't know what happened. And I said, you know what? God is going to help me to do this myself,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
and eventually maybe if it's in God's plan, I'll meet Tyler Perry, you know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if not, I'm not going
Amen.
to sit back and wait. I'm going to go after what God tell me to do. So yeah, I mean, sometimes people do sit and wait and want things handed to them, but it takes hard work.
Yes, yes.
It
But you
takes hard
know,
work.
an interesting thought just came to mind while you were speaking. And a thought to, you know, like I begin to think to myself, could it be that God have us go this way to actually show us that we got the stuff? He has blessed us with the stuff. Yes, inside.
Right.
You don't have to wait on somebody.
Right.
I already blessed you, you know. And so I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad that you could come on this show and really speak about your projects. You are a very talented young woman. And you know, you're also an encouragement for other women, you know, in particular black women, you know, because a lot of women don't really get that encouragement that they need. You know, one of the things that I could never understand, and we're going to talk some more about this, you know, like when we return back from the break, about how women, you know, have been known to be managers, not just in the home, but in the businesses, in the office, right? But they never get the credit. Right. But you are a testament. So what we're going to do on the other side, we're going to talk about this on the other side. And what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a quick break. Okay. So we'll return in a moment. Thank you.
Please have a seat. I'll be honest. Your resume, not what I'm used to.
I know.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need a hard worker.
Good. I've got 2 part-time jobs and I help my parents pay the bills.
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Hello, everyone, and we're back here at the Christian Access. And today's guest is Miss Keisha Mayo. And we were in a discussion about black women. And we were about to get into a discussion, about black women. And we're talking about, where I want to go right now is perseverance as far as black women are concerned. How business is done and, conducted, and how good you guys are at, how would you say, getting what you want, doing the things that need to be done. Perfect example, Deceived. This book right here, Deceived. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, you really have to go after your dreams. No matter, who or what try to block you. If you know that you were destined to do something, you fight to make your way there. Especially when it comes to saving lives. My story is about reaching the hopeless. Reaching those, letting them know that there's hope before the grave.
Yes.
So if I know that I'm looking to, be an example to somebody where they can be healed, delivered, and set free, I'm not gonna let nothing stop me. I'm gonna go after it. So I feel that we, as black women, we go after our dreams and we'll do whatever we have to
Yes.
do. Nothing crooked, but we'll do what we have to do.
Yes.
To get where we need to be.
Now, in the play Deceived that you have coming out now in September, will we find some of that?
Oh, God. You just hit me. I'm like, oh, yes, you find a whole lot of that. I mean, I believe there's going to be people that's going to be, they're not going to leave the same way they came. There's going to be people set free.
Yes.
There's going to be people healed, delivered. I mean, it's just an awesome, play. And I'm not saying it because I wrote it, but I tell you, it was anointed by God, and it's for the people. And I just believe it's going to touch many lives, So, yes, you will see that and so much more.
Okay. So this is going to be, a spiritual, okay, we're going to see some things in the natural, but it's going to be a spiritual awakening. Would you say?
Yes, I would say that. I mean, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be encouraged. I mean, it's a little bit of everything in there. Yeah, because laughter is good for the soul too.
Yes.
So I believe it's just going to be just a blessed night, and they're not going to leave the same way they came, and I honestly believe that.
Can you give us a little? Not much, but a little insight on the main character?
The main character, Nicole?
Yes.
Well.
Don't touch it too much now, but just, enough.
Right. Well, it's pretty much, the play is pretty much based off the book. So if you read the book, you have an idea of what the play is about, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So now, I know that when you scripted this out, the Lord had to have been speaking to you about what to put in, the parts and, different things like that. What was that journey pretty much like?
Well, like I was telling you, I mean, I sat down and he just kept giving it to me, and I had to take some scenes out because, I had, too many scenes. The play would have been too long, but God was just showing me what needed to be there, what needed to be taken out. So, I mean, it was all God, just like the book. I never understood. I know now, but I never understood why I sat and wrote it, you know, because I thought I was going to be somebody's background singer. You know, I never thought I would, you know, be an author. But I mean, God has just given me everything, you know, so I give him all the credit for it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you know.
Would you say that so far in your journey, doing all of the different things that you have pointed out to us, have you met most of your goals, would you say?
I've met, yes, I have.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
I have.
All right. And then would you say that those dreams that you had, maybe as a young woman, you know, like a little girl, you know, did some of those dreams come true for you?
Well, the things that are happening for me now were things that I've never thought about. So I'm now experiencing, you know, joy from things that I had no idea I would have my hands in, you know, and I wouldn't say all my dreams came true. There's some things that I'm still looking forward to, like even the play, you know, I'm just looking for that to be a success, and I would love to travel, you know, all over the world with the play, and I would love to one day, you know, meet Spike Lee or Tyler Perry or somebody. So there are some dreams, and, you know, John Singletary or, you know, anybody. But, you know, there are dreams, but I tell you, I'm blessed with what he has done so far. I thank him for the open doors. I mean, I keep an accomplishment sheet typed, and in the book has been out since 2014. Since then, I have front and back typed 9 pages of accomplishments. That's how hard I've been working. And I mean, people been asking me, do you still work? You know, with everything you do? I thought you quit your job. And it's just God just giving me the strength to do everything, you know? But yeah, so I, you know, there's things that I'm still looking forward to, but I tell you, God has blessed me tremendously so far.
Yes. But you know, on a more spiritual note, you know, like they say that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. And I don't think that the enemy has any place in your mind, because you are so busy, you know. And you've also taken me into another question, but I think you've answered it about hopes, you know, because what you just now mentioned, those hopes, you know, I mean that they're prevalent, they're here. You are actually living in real time, you know. So anyway, the name of the play, well, the book is Deceived, right? And now you have the play coming on to off-Broadway, and you mentioned that this is going to be a blessing to a lot of people, you know. And I'm really praying and hoping that my family and I can get up there and really see that. This is going to be my first time actually sitting with a playwright, a person that has actually done this production. And we're going to get some tickets, and we're going to sit there and we're going to enjoy. And I really hope that some of our viewers, you know, can get a chance to get up there. We're going to put the information on for you as far as Ms. Keisha Mayo's website, the play, the time, tickets, where it's going to be, because this is going to really be a blessing. And I know you're excited.
I'm excited.
You know, how excited are you?
Hallelujah.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so once again, the name of the book is called Deceived, okay, which can be found at Barnes & Nobles, okay, for your reading pleasure. Amazon.
And my website.
And her website. And we're going to put up that information for you when we roll the credits. So once again, we just want to thank everyone for tuning in today to Christian Access, which this program can be seen every Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock a.m. And I want to give a shout out to my mom. Mom, I just want to say I love you. I love you. I love you. That's Willie Mae Barr. Okay, I just want to say how much I love you and how much I appreciate you. And thank you so much for all of the things that you've done for me. Mom, I wouldn't have been able to make it this far without you. So having said that, we're going to close out with Ms. Keisha Mayo. Thank you so much for coming by.
And thank you so
much
for
I really
having
enjoyed
me.
myself.
I enjoyed myself too. And thank you so much for having me.
You're
I really
more than welcome.
appreciate
You know,
it.
I wish you would come back.
I'll come back anytime.
And I wish you would come back and host for me.
I'll come back and host for you.
Okay. Be well, and God bless everyone.